Good morning. Happy Tuesday, caregivers. It's me, Lori Ramos Lemasters of Care Partners, Resource and Consulting. So today I'm going to ask you a question that I hope will give you a little bit of food for thought for this week. Have you ever been given advice from someone and it might actually be really good advice? Unfortunately, the person who's giving you the advice is someone that you're having an issue with at the time. Maybe you're upset with them because you feel that instead of giving you advice, they should just be stepping in and helping you in your role as a caregiver. Or perhaps it's even, lifelong. It's a child, it's a sibling, and you have a childhood relationship that isn't, cohesive, or maybe at the moment you're just upset with them, or maybe it's the way they've delivered their advice. Sometimes advice can come to us sounding critical or as though they're saying we're doing something wrong. And sometimes that's not even the intent, or usually that's not even the intent. So I want you to ask yourself, is the problem with the advice, or is the problem with the person giving the advice? I know that I had this issue a good bit while I was caring for my mom. And, sometimes I think back and I'm like, I know that person just meant well. They were trying their best and they were giving me good advice. And unfortunately, I just wasn't in a space where I could take the advice or hear the message behind it. So I guess my message today is don't shoot the message because you're upset with the messenger. But there is good advice, and oftentimes we don't hear it ourselves. We know we're supposed to take care of ourselves. We know that we're exhausted. When people are telling you, wow, you look like you haven't slept, or you seem to be really stressed out, they're really not trying to criticize you. So please don't take it that way. Hear the information and think to yourself, what can you do for self-care to make that no longer a problem? Because we're all in it because we want to do the best we can for our loved one. We want to make sure that they're cared for while they're having their struggle, whether it's cancer or a stroke survivor or dementia or any other disease that they might be struggling with. I know it doesn't feel right to take care of yourself during that time of struggle. But if you don't, then we're not at 100% where we can take care of our loved one the best possible. I have to be honest. Yesterday would have been my mom's birthday. And ever since she passed, I do question myself. Was I the best caregiver that I could have been had I listened to some of the advice? Had I taken better care of myself? Some of the choices I made, were they the right choices? Nothing I can do about it, honestly. It is what it is. And I know in my heart, I did absolutely the best I could for my mom. And I believe she was happy. But I just wish I had done things a little differently. And that's one of the reasons I have my business, is to help you in the middle of your caregiving to just listen to someone else's advice who's been there, who did it, who's talking to caregivers every day and understands the struggle and how it is not easy. It is filled with exhaustion and frustration and love and guilt and just a big struggle every day. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to send you some positivity and some happiness and good wishes and ask you, when someone is talking to you and trying to give you advice in whatever way it is, try to take a 10-beat count. Instead of jumping back and saying, I'm fine, or everything is great, count to 10 and just listen to what they're saying, not who's saying it or in the method in which it's being delivered, because maybe they don't have the best tactic in giving their delivery of their message. But just breathe a minute and count in your head as you listen to what they're saying. And then maybe try to act on it a minute and take a little bit of time for you. So that's my advice today. Don't shoot the message just because you don't like the messenger. If you want to listen to any of my other Tuesday talks, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Care Partners Resource. There are several Tuesday talks recorded and a few careful conversations that are about a half hour long that I did in conjunction with AARP. And also you can go to my Facebook page, which is Care Partners Resource and Consulting. And these Tuesday talks are stored there as well, along with on a Wednesdays, I do what's called Wednesday Writes, and I'll give you a prompt to help you. This week, I think I'll do it a little bit on accepting advice. So I hope you enjoyed this talk today, and until I see you next week, take good care.